everyone. Super excited to be here. All right, so we're just gonna go throw down, but before we begin, just a couple of housekeeping matters. I would grab a notebook and a pen because I'm going to be covering a lot of social media nuggets that you're gonna wanna write down, all right? The other thing is, if you guys are live with us on Facebook, Dennis, I didn't know we were going live. You guys are live with us on Facebook or within the webinar, you guys can hear me and see me. Let me know where you guys are watching from. I always think it's just so cool to know where everyone is watching from. Like Dennis said, I am in Chicago and the sun is out, but I'm looking at like 14, 15 inches of snow. Lovely. Okay, and the other last thing I wanted to let you guys know is anytime you guys have a question, go ahead and drop them in the chat box or in the comments on Facebook Live. I have both now open. So anytime you guys have any questions, the last thing I want to do is confuse you about social media, right? Social media can be overwhelming and confusing as it is. So we're going to keep it super simple. We're going to take it step by step today. So go ahead and drop it in the chat box. All right. So I'm going to share my screen and then I'm going to turn off my video so it's not too distracting and bring up the chat. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go. So welcome to Online Rockstar Visibility. All right, so who is this chick? Who's this crazy chick that's talking? Hello, guys. My name is Vanessa Cabrera. I'm an award-winning marketing consultant. I am the founder of the ATM, All Things Marketing, which is my online marketing membership, where my members get access to my social media vault, my real social media strategies. Vanessa, how do I land clients on Facebook? How do I monetize live streaming? I get that question all the time. How do I throw down on Instagram? How do I leverage LinkedIn? There's my 3-part email marketing masterclass, talk content creation. And then once a month, I hold a group call where I help my clients stay focused and answer their social media questions. I'm also the founder of the Money Making Marketing Implementer. And that is where someone can work privately with me. Okay, that's where we throw down step by step, and I create a social media marketing plan based on your business goals and your persona. Social media is all about you showing up as you. All right. So I have been in marketing my entire career. And I was a marketing manager for a slot machine manufacturer here in Chicago. I was making big dollars, right? Over 6 figures. As you guys know, gambling industry has money to burn, right? But I hated every minute of it. All right, I'm going to be real with you guys. I hated going into work. It was a good old boys club. And let's just say they treated me like a little girl who liked to play on Facebook, right? I was miserable. I had the Sunday night blues until one day I created their Facebook product page and got 3,000 avid slot machine players to follow us on Facebook. They were literally waiting for us to drop the location of where our products were going to be, right? So the big boys finally stood up and they're like, oh my gosh, Vanessa knows what she's doing. And I'm like, yes, I know what I'm doing. But by then, I was already planning my escape, right? I would come home, work on my website, work on growing my list, all this stuff that we talk about when it comes to marketing. And fortunately, I ended up losing my job. They actually pulled out of the Illinois market. And so there I was, laid off, right? No job. About a week later, I found out that I was pregnant. And a couple days after that, the father of my child pretty much left me. He was like, see ya, you're on your own. So there I was, no job, no insurance, no money, a baby on the way, right? And I don't know, I just put one step in front of the other, and I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I knew I could help other businesses with their social media marketing. And so here's a shot of me. Here I am, 8 months pregnant, speaking to anyone who would listen to me, still no money coming in, right? And so I'm now happy to report that this is my 9th year in business. I still can't even believe that, 9 years in business, where I'm now running a very successful consulting business, working with amazing clients that inspire me every freaking day. And sometimes I can't even believe that this is what I do for a living. But why am I telling you this? I'm not telling you guys this story to feel sorry for me or whatnot. I'm telling you this because If I, as a single mom, can create a very successful business using social media organically, so can you, okay? I didn't have money for Facebook ads. I didn't have money for Google ads. I didn't have money for a fancy none of that, right? I did it all by using social media organically for free, right? These platforms are free to all of us, all right? So if I can do it, you guys can do it, okay? All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into what visibility is, let's talk about what visibility isn't, all right? So visibility isn't posting in Facebook groups 3 to 5 times a day and what I like to call posting and ghosting, right? I don't know where the strategy came about, but with 10 million Facebook groups now on Facebook, people were thinking, oh, you know what? I'll just join all these groups that have my target audience, post my content, and I'll land clients, right? That's not what Facebook groups are about, all right? Don't do that, okay? Visibility isn't also being on social media 24/7, right? People are like, Vanessa, it seems like you're always online. And I'm like, I ain't got time for that, right? I'm a single mom, right? I'm now a first grade teacher, apparently, teaching my son at home e-learning. And so for all you guys, all the parents out there who are e-learning with their kids at home, God bless you. We will get through it, right? A household to run like a life, right? So I am definitely not on social media 24/7. It only looks like I'm on social media 24/7. All right, we'll get into that. And finally, visibility isn't spamming. So what do I mean by spamming? So have you guys ever started following someone, right? Or made a connection on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram, wherever you guys jam. And 2 seconds later, bam, they're in your inbox going, hey, Vanessa, join my Facebook group, right? Or hey, Vanessa, here's a free, a free trial to my product or service or whatever the case may be, right? Slow your roll. That's spamming. Don't do that, okay? All right. So now that we know what visibility isn't, let's talk about what visibility actually is, right? So visibility is not about being seen, okay? A lot of people get this wrong. Visibility is all about being known, okay? And so I think we're all familiar with this lady, right? And I used her for a reason. Everyone knows Oprah, okay? But it's because she had her own TV and things like that, right? She had her own platform. But now with social media, we all have our own platform to say whatever the hell we want to say, however the hell we want to say it, right? So when it comes to visibility, the real power is being known, right? As soon as you post, bam, she's a realtor, right? Or he's a graphic designer, right? Or she's a motivational speaker, or she's a health coach, or whatever the case may be. That's really the power of being visible. When you post, you are known, okay, for what you do. Does that make sense? Yes, yes? Okay. The other thing I want to say is visibility is not about having a humongous following, okay? People think when it comes to social media, they're like, Vanessa, I need to have 10,000 Instagram followers, right? I have to have this humongous email list. My Facebook group has got to get up to 10,000 people. And that's just not the case, okay? It's not about quantity, it's 100% about quality. You want to have the right people following you, okay? I don't have a huge list. I think my email list is maybe at 6,000. And again, I've been on these internet streets for 9 years, right? People often think they're like, Vanessa's got to have like 10,000 email lists, 30,000 email lists. It's not true, right? I have maybe 800 people following me on Instagram, 2,500, I think, on my Facebook business page. I think I have about the same Facebook friends, right? And about 1,000 people in my Facebook group, okay? You do not need a humongous following to grow your business successfully using social media, okay? Keep that in mind. You just have to have the right following, all right? Okay, so here we go. You guys gonna bust out your notebooks? Step 1 in becoming an online rock star when it comes to your visibility is to stop the social media madness. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay. So somewhere down the line, somewhere, some person stated that you had to be on every single social media platform to make a difference, right? This is actually a question I ask my clients. I'm like, okay, how many social media platforms are you on, right? And they normally said, okay, Vanessa, I'm on Facebook, right? And when they say Facebook, that means they have a personal profile, probably a Facebook business page, okay? They may manage and have their own Facebook group, or they belong to 1,700 Facebook groups, right? That's a lot to manage in just one social media platform, right? So they say, I'm on Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn. When they say LinkedIn, that means they have a personal profile and perhaps they've created a business page, right? We're also on Instagram, we're on Twitter, but we never use Twitter, right? I get that a lot, okay? So let me ask you a question. So do you think you're able to manage all these different social media platforms successfully? Meaning you're able to create engagement for that particular platform, right? Grow your following, engage your audience, and then convert them into clients, right? It's crazy. There's no way, especially if you're a singlepreneur or a small business owner, right? So stop the social media madness and focus on one social media platform at a time. I used to say two, I'm now down to one, okay? You guys want to get faster results when it comes to marketing yourself on social media and landing clients or selling products? I'm telling you, focus on one, because there's no way you can manage all these social media platforms well, right? And implement an effective social media marketing strategy. Okay, you're just going to get overwhelmed, right? You're not going to manage them, and then you're going to come back to me and say, Vanessa, social media doesn't work, right? So right now, today, I want you guys to make some decisions. Decisions keep us moving forward. So right now, decide in the chat box and on Facebook Live right now, guys, which social media platform are you going to go to work to every day? Which one? Right now, let me know. And I'll wait. Dennis says I'm killing him. I know. Yeah, I push buttons with this one, but let me know, which social media platform are you going to focus on right now? Where are you going to go to work every day? Michael says Facebook. Nice. Dennis, Facebook or LinkedIn? I said one. Dennis, choose your one platform. Facebook, let me check Facebook. Let me see your Facebook. I see we have 5 viewers on Facebook. Come on, step it up, guys. Which one social media platform are you going to focus on? Richard says Twitter. Dennis, yes, there it is. Facebook. All right. Amanda, Instagram. Perfect. I'm loving this. Yes. Okay. And then Richard drops his handle. I love it, guys. Barbara on Facebook says Facebook. Love it. Okay. Awesome, guys. Yes. So focus on one. So what do I mean? So when you decide on one, right, master that one social media platform. And what do I mean by master? I mean, you actually make money on that one platform. We're talking social media. We're talking social media marketing. Marketing is supposed to bring in clients, right? Bring in customers. So once you have that system down, let's say on Facebook, right? Then we can talk about going to Instagram. Then we can talk about LinkedIn. The other very powerful thing that comes to you when you make a decision like this and focusing on one social media platform only is that it stops shiny object syndrome, right? There's so many different social media platforms and so many features within each platform to market yourselves that's where people get overwhelmed. They lose focus, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, Reels is now on Instagram, right? Well, I don't give a damn. I'm focused on Facebook. I don't care if Reels came out on Instagram. I don't care that Instagram came out with, guides or whatever the case may be, because I'm focused on Facebook, right? Okay. And so when a new feature comes out on your social media platform, then you can focus and be like, okay, how can I use rooms on Facebook, right? There's been all these new features that have dropped and they're amazing, But again, if you don't figure out a way on how to use these features to market yourself on social media, it's a waste of time, right? You're just kind of playing around. So focus on one social media platform, master that one, and then move on to another, okay? Yes, yes? All right. Step 2 is what I like to call the Holy Trinity, right? The mecca of social media success is the 3 C's, right? Create content consistently, right? So now that we've made the decision on which social media platform we're going to focus on, we now have to make, surprise, surprise, content. Okay. So, and you have to make original content, right? And so what is content? Okay. What is it? All content is your ideas, your expertise, what you know. But somehow we get tripped on how to take those ideas and then put them out there in the online world, right? And I have something for you guys at the end of this presentation that's going to help you with this, okay? Because the biggest problem then people face is, okay, Vanessa, number one, I don't know what type of content to create, right? And number 2, I don't have time. Okay, I hear those a lot. I don't have time to create content. Well, let me ask you this question. If you knew that marketing yourself on social media and creating content was going to bring in clients, would you take the time to create your content? Let me know in the chat box and on Facebook. Would you make the time? Right? Of course you would. Say that again. Okay. If you knew that creating original content was going to bring in clients, would you take the time to create content? Dennis is like, okay, I got it. Yeah. Yes, of course, right? So this is the name of the game, guys. This is now 2021. You can't share other people's content all the time. You can certainly share somebody else's content if you think it's educational, informational, entertaining to your audience for sure. But if all you're doing is sharing other people's content, why am I following you? Right? You're the expert in your field. I want to know what Michael has to say. I want to know what Richard has to say. I want to know what Amanda's expertise is. I want to know what Barbara's expertise is, right? Okay. So you guys have to create original content and you have to stay consistent. Okay. And like I said, I have something for you guys at the end that will help you with creating content consistently because it's a must. Okay. All right. Step 3 in positioning yourself as the online rock star with your visibility is to build your authority and following through PR and something I call social proof. Okay. So let's get in this. So then how do we build our authority? We need to build our following, right? To have some sort of audience to talk to, right? So number 1 is you can do your own PR, right? So back in the day, people would hire very expensive public relations firms to get them more publicity, right? Well, now, because of this online world, you can connect with contributors. All that they were really paying was for their Rolodex. And hi, I can't believe I just dropped that word. Am I dating myself? Was their contacts, right? So they had the contacts at Fox News. They had contacts at, the Wall Street Journal. They had contacts at Forbes, right? That was the only way you could connect and get connected with these people, right? But now you could do this, right? So let's say that you want to be featured in a big blog, right? Or a big website like Forbes or whatnot. So what you can do is you can see the people who are guest bloggers, guest writers, guest publishers, whatever the case may be, follow them on LinkedIn, right? Connect with them on LinkedIn or wherever the case may be, and be like, hey, how did you get published, right? You can be your own PR. You can pitch yourself to podcasts, right? Big bloggers to tell your story. So I'm going to tell you guys this. The number one way these huge influencers, and I hate that word, but you know what I'm talking about. Influencers that have these mega followings, right? These huge followings, they didn't get there on their own. No way, okay? What they did is they used OPA, other people's audiences, okay, to grow their own, right? That is the fastest and easiest way to grow your following. Okay, you don't have to do it on your own. So what you could do is you could pitch yourself to be a guest on someone's podcast. If you're a blogger, right? Pitch yourself to be a guest blogger. Radio, TV, live streaming has exploded. Do you guys know that live streaming has increased 50% last year alone? Surprise, surprise, because of the pandemic and everyone's online, right? So I want you guys to remember that when you're struggling with your social media, or you're not getting engagement, or you're not getting any clients, or Vanessa, it's not working, listen to me, guys. Consistency is key. And know that because of the pandemic, one of the pros is everyone went online. I was talking to a possible corporate client. We were having a meeting, and he told me that he was speaking to someone at Zoom, right? And Zoom had about 30 million customers in 2019, okay? How many customers do you guys think Zoom now has? Let me know in the chat box, and let me know on Facebook, because I found this fascinating. How many Zoom users do you guys think Zoom now has?
Hey, Vanessa, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know. This is Dennis, by the way. It's such a funny thing, is that I've been a Zoom user for how many years now,
Yeah.
and I'm not a big stock investor, but it just dawned on me that when COVID hit, just to give you an example, just to give you an idea of where Vanessa's at. So when COVID hit, and you could go back to the stock price was in February 18, it was $96 a share.
Oh gosh.
Do you know that by August, it was at 250 a share,
Uh-huh.
and it currently trades at 380 a share. I'm sorry, $412 a share. So you said
Oh,
30 million people. It increased by, is it up to 120 million people?
I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop the number right now. So Anna says 75 million. Richard says 60 million users, or 100 million users worldwide. Yeah, remember, this is all virtual, y'all. So this is people worldwide, right? Barbara on Facebook said 10 bazillion. I love you guys. It's hilarious. So they now have 300 million users. So they got an additional 270 million new customers that signed up for Zoom. And so now what Dennis was saying, he and I have been using Zoom for years. I've been using Zoom for 6-7 years now. This is the way I actually consult with my clients. So we've been virtual for a while, but now the whole world went virtual. So what's my point on all this is that, when you guys are down and you're like, Vanessa, nothing's working. I'm trying Instagram, I'm trying Facebook, I'm trying LinkedIn. We're not going to do that anymore, right? Because you made a decision. But know that there's 270 million people that just discovered Zoom. Okay. There's so many new people that just now discovered live streaming. They had no idea that this digital world existed because the pandemic forced them into the online world. There's so many people that don't realize about online courses, right? Or webinars, or this event that Dennis is putting on, right? So always keep that in the back of your mind, that the online attention now, guys, has skyrocketed. It has never been this high ever, okay? So visibility counts now, because no one's going to do business with you unless they know you exist, right? Okay, so step 3 is that. So the other thing I want to talk about is, so now we know how to grow our following rather quickly, right? OPAs. So step 3 is then building your authority, right? Through social proof. So what's social proof, right? So I don't see a lot of people doing this, is then taking a screenshot anytime someone sings you praises, right? Or you give them a wow experience when it comes to your services or your products, okay? That means like when you get text, when you get an email, when you get a private message, someone gives you a review on Facebook, right? Someone, even better, if someone posts something and tags you and saying, oh my gosh, I just had a consult with Dennis. He's the man. He's going to be taking over our social media. I can't wait, whatever the case may be, right? So what you want to do is you want to take a screenshot of that, create a folder. I actually have a folder called social proof, okay? Take a screenshot of that social LOVE that you're getting, right? And save that in that folder. And that can be part of your content, right? Here's the thing. No one is going to market you better than your past clients. You can hire the most badass copywriter on the planet. It doesn't matter. No one is going to market you better than your past clients, right? With those testimonials, with those case studies, okay? People want to see the social proof. People want to know how you're able to help them, right? So then when you're lacking content ideas, you'd be like, oh, wait a minute. Let me go into my social proof folder and post that, right? And then people are like, well, Vanessa, I don't want to seem like I'm bragging or things like that. It has nothing to do with your bragging. This is just showcasing you as being the expert that you are, the authority figure that you are. And I know every single human being on this planet has something special to share, some expertise they have to share, okay? So social proof. So write this tip down though, when you do get some LOVE on social media, someone singing you praises or an email or whatnot, when you take a screenshot of it, you want to take a screenshot of that immediately. Okay, don't put it off and be like, okay, I'll get to that later. I'll get to that tomorrow. You'll forget, right? Because life gets busy. And then what happens if it's on social media, it'll be time stamped, right? So someone can say, could have posted and said, oh my gosh, I just finished working with Vanessa and I got, 5 clients in, 4 months, whatever the case may be, right? But if I take a screenshot of that and that post was from 2016 and that date is on there, I can use it, but it doesn't have as much oomph, right? So always take a screenshot of your LOVE, your social media LOVE love immediately, right? And put it in your social proof folder. The other question I get asked, they're like, okay, Vanessa, do I have to have permission from this person to use this testimonial or this love, right? And so my answer is always yes. Okay. So someone posts, send them a private message, or if they email you, whatever the case may be, and say, oh my gosh, Anna, thank you so much for posting that on Facebook or Instagram or whatnot. Do you mind if I use that in an email or another post? Things like that, right? And 9 times out of 10, since they praised you, they're going to say yes. Okay. So build your authority using social proof. I don't see a lot of people doing this. Okay. Then step 4 is, Vanessa, how do I monetize all this social media marketing stuff, right? That I'm doing. I'm posting, I'm live streaming, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and nothing's working, right? Guys ready for this one? Ask for the sale. Okay. So part of your social media marketing strategy to build your business is to land clients and to land customers. But if you never put an offer on the table, they will never buy, right? People think they're like, I just need to make content, right? I just need to create more content and more content and more content. And although it's true, like I said, you need to be consistent with your content. Eventually, you're going to have to post a direct sales post. We're entrepreneurs, right? Small business owners. It is our responsibility to make sales. And 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you guys, if you haven't posted a direct sales post in a while, 9 times out of 10, that's all your audience is waiting for. How do I work with Vanessa? How do I work with Dennis? Right? How do I work with Michael or Anna? Well, if you post, here's how you can work with me, or here's how you could buy, right? So this has got to be part of your social media marketing strategy, is to post an actual direct sales post or send a sales email out, right? Ask for the sale. I had a client said to me, well, nothing's happening, right? Like I'm getting all this visibility and I'm getting all these following and all these engagement, but no one's buying. I'm like, well, did you put an offer on the table? And they're like, yeah. I grab my phone. This is how I work with my clients. I grab my phone and I go to whichever one social media platform she's focused on and I scroll through. And I look, I'm like, girl, The last time you posted a direct sales post was 6 weeks ago. I see all the stuff about Happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever the case may be, right? And no direct sales post. And she's like, okay. Yeah, I call my clients out. You have to ask for the sale. All right. So what happens when you become visible? So this is a real client of mine, Constance Contursi, and she is as scary as she looks. She is a fitness trainer. She's been my trainer for 6 years, and I've been her consultant for 6 years. And she had 2 studios here in the Chicagoland area that she was crushing it. She was doing very, very well. Classes were packed, right? And for years, I was saying, you have got to put your kickbox classes online, your exercise classes online, so more people can take them. And she's like, yeah, I know. I'll get to it, right? Well, she called me up one day and said, Vanessa, I have to close one of my studios down. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I'm now ready to, put my workouts online. So what do we do, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So she's a private client of mine. We sat down one-on-one and we co-created her social media marketing plan. Very simple, right? The same steps I just took you guys through. So step 1, she's focusing on Facebook. That's her jam. That's where her audience is, right? Step 2 is, what is our business goal, right? How many members do we want to bring in for her new online membership? So the goal for this social media marketing plan was to get, 25 members in the first 30 days of launching. That was a business goal, okay? So the plan was for her to go live on Facebook and announce to her audience about her online membership called Savage Squad. And that was it, right? So for 2 weeks, all she talked about on Facebook was this upcoming live stream, right? Hey guys, I'm going live on Friday, 7 p.m. Central. I have a big announcement for you guys. Bring your cocktails, right? Bring your tea, bring your protein shakes, whatever the case may be, and come join me. And so that's all she talked about. So it was a teaser campaign, right? And it started to work because she was like, oh my gosh, Vanessa, people are like texting me and messaging me going, what's the news? Like, are you pregnant? Are you getting married? Like, what is going on, right? So the time came where she had to go live. By the way, she's not techie and she hates live streaming, okay? But she knows the power of it, okay? The time came, she had to go live. She did her thing. I didn't give her a script or anything, right? That's just do you, boo, and just tell them what's up, right? So she did. Right before she went online, she's like, Vanessa, I hate you. I said, I hate you too. Knock them dead. So she just went online and just explained to her audience, look, this is why I had to close the studio down. She was going through a divorce. No one knew that. She was burnt out. She had at the time a 4-year-old son that she never saw. And she was like, I just couldn't do it anymore, right? So, but she still had all these students that were orphaned, me included, by the way. So she goes, you guys don't have to travel an hour now to come kickbox with me, right? You can kickbox with me online, all right? So she told him about Savage Squad, did her thing, ended her live stream, texted me after saying, Vanessa, I'm going to the bar. I don't even want to hear about this anymore. I said, okay, good job. The next morning, when she woke up and checked her email, this is what she found. You've made a sale, you've made a sale, you've made a sale, it's kind of like Oprah. You got a car, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car, right? So like I said, the goal was to get 25 new members in 30 days, right? She got 30 members in 24 hours of her live stream, okay? Don't make this complicated, guys. Keep it super, super simple, all right? Here's another client, Trisha Dunn. Trisha Dunn is a single mom of 6. Yes, you heard me right. A single mom of 6. I never complain to Trisha. I'm a single mom too, and I have 1. The other amazing thing about Trisha is she homeschooled each and every one of her children. Okay. So she became a home education and educator specialist, right? She was homeschooling other kids in person at the time. And she came to me and said, okay, Vanessa, I want to land more clients and do this virtually, right? I want to take my business online. How do we do this, right? So I sat down with Trisha. She's amazing, by the way. hard worker, ambitious, overachiever. And we sat down and I co-created a social media marketing plan for her step by step, right? Step one, which social media platform are we going to throw down? Trisha said Facebook. Facebook's my jam. I like Facebook. That's the other thing when you decide on your social media platform, you have to like it, right? If I had to wake up every day and go market myself on Twitter, I would fail miserably. Twitter gives me a headache. I don't understand it. I don't like it. So she chose Facebook, right? And she chose on her social media marketing plan was to create content. That's it, content marketing. Okay. No Facebook Live, no big event to promote. She was just going to be consistent with her content, positioning herself as the authority figure in her industry, using social proof, and then asking for the sale, right? Trisha tripled her income in 6 weeks. She made 9 grand in 6 weeks. She was like, Vanessa, this cannot be this simple. And I'm like, yes, this is how simple it can be. If you just focus, have a plan, right? And stick to that plan until you reach your goals. Okay. She's amazing. The last example I'm going to give you is Ronnis. Ronnis, I adore her. She's the owner and founder of Life Maps. Now, the last two were services. Ronnis is actually an artist. She's an amazing artist. And so what she does is she designs custom life maps. Okay, I've never even heard of what a life map is. So basically, it is what it sounds like. It's a map of someone's life, right? And she draws them out. She's amazing. So hers is product-based, all product-based, right? So she came to me and she's like, Vanessa, I know I need to be on social media. I just have no clue what to do, where to start, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. Step by step, pick one social media platform. Again, she too chose Facebook. She's like, I understand Facebook. I'm comfortable with Facebook. How do I use it to land clients, right? Just like Trisha, she chose content marketing, where she was going to stay consistent, talk about her life maps, show her life maps, but it also now included live streaming. Ronnis never went live before, right? So in the beginning, she was nervous, right? Everyone is when they go live on any platform or they show up, because it's basically public speaking, right? It's not easy. Public speaking is like the next thing people are afraid of next to dying. Okay. So this took time for Ronnis to get, confidence and whatnot, but she faced her fear, started live streaming, right? Ronnis, what was it? We worked last November together for 6 weeks. Ronnis doubled her clientele in 8 weeks. She landed, what was it? 13 or 14 new clients in a month, in 2 months. In 2019, she only had 4 clients all year long. And I continued to work with Ronnis to focus on what she was going to do for 2021. And she had 5 new clients before the year even began for 2021. She's got 5 life maps to do this year before the year even started. She's amazing. So this is what happens, guys, when you become visible and actually have a social media marketing plan based on your persona and your business goals. All right. So like I said, I have a gift for you guys when it comes to creating content, right? Because that's the number one thing we all have to do when it comes to marketing ourselves on social media, right? So like I said, I'm going to gift you guys this free course. This is probably my most sought after training that I haven't done live or in public in 3 years. It's the 10 ways to create killer content consistently course. People ask me to do it all the time. And I say no, because only ATM members, all things marketing, my online marketing membership, only ATM members get access to this training. Okay. But I am releasing it to you guys for free today. I'm going to drop the link in the chat in a second. Okay. The value of this is $497. So I'm going to give you a link where you guys can grab it. Okay. In this training, I guarantee you 2 things. Number 1, you will never run out of content ideas ever. I'm going to reveal how I come up with all my content, which is what people ask me, like, Vanessa, how do you keep coming up with content? Well, I tell you in this training. The other thing I'm going to tell you is how to create content in half the time, right? That's what people are struggling with. Number one, I don't know what to say, right, Vanessa? I don't have any ideas, and I just don't have time. Well, in this training, I'm going to show you guys how to throw down on content and creating it much quicker, okay? So give me 1 second, Dennis. I'm going to stop. I'm going to grab that link, if that's all right, and put it in the chat box. Where is it? There it is, guys. Chat. And then,
meanwhile, if you have a question, Q&A, either put it into the chat or put it into the question and answer, and we'll be glad to make sure that we get that over to Vanessa. Vanessa, I actually do have a question, and we
okay.
could come back to obviously the coursework and the link, and I want to make sure that everybody on the webinar and on the live as well, grab that link, take full advantage of it, and I highly encourage you to follow up with Vanessa. That's what our platform is about, is bringing on people with expertise, and giving an opportunity to potentially have an opportunity to work with them. My question is that you bring up a really good point on obviously content creation, and then asking for the sale. What's your mix? Or what do you recommend as the mix? Because obviously you can't ask for the sale every post.
No, absolutely not. I just put the link in the Facebook Live stream too. Okay, so that's a great question. So I don't really like rules. You've seen those rules. I know you have too, like 80-20 rule. 80% of the time you got to be creating content, and 20% of the time is like asking for the sale, right? So yeah, you definitely don't want to post, like if all I did on Facebook was post, hired me to be your social media consultant, hired me to be your, no one will follow me. So of course you don't want to just post direct sales posts all the time. That's spamming, right? That's what I covered kind of in the beginning. But this is where your plan comes into play, right? This is what you have to understand. When you have a social media marketing plan, you know what the hell you're doing and why, right? So social media marketing plan should answer the who, what, where, when, why, and how, okay? So basically, when you are promoting something, right, you need to have a campaign and figure out how you're going to bring the product to the online market, right? So it could be a live stream like Constance did. It could just be regular content creation where you're giving value. Then eventually they're like, this is how you work with me. This is how you buy from me, right? So there's got to be a plan. Their promotional plan, I call them promotional plans, marketing campaigns, or sales sprints, right? Membership drives where you're like, okay, we're going to run this promo once every quarter. So if you do that webinar or you do that live stream or you're creating content, eventually you're going to have to ask for the sale. So that's usually how I work. There's usually some sort of promotional plan involved. I can't hear you. You're muted. There you
go. There we go. I'm muted between questions because I have a house full today.
You do.
I do. When you have the ATI program, is that what it's called?
ATM.
ATM. So I would tell us more about the ATM program. Like, what is it? What am I paying? What am I getting? What does it do? What do I meet?
So that is my last slide, Dennis.
Oh, I did not know that. By the way, this is not rehearsed at all.
I was like, that is my last slide, and then I'll take some questions too. All right, so let me share this last slide because I do have a little something for you guys. Where's my slides? I just put the link in the live stream. Hold up. I can't find my slides. Stand by. I have lost my slides. Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry about that.
No worries. In the meanwhile, if you have a question, go ahead and again, register it in the chat and or in the Q&A. We'd love to hear what you've got going on, what type of questions that you may have for Vanessa. Um, we have more polling questions, but that we've asked in the past. But I think maybe we'll refrain from some of those questions. They're some around LinkedIn, Facebook groups, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we could throw down on that. Okay.
All right.
Here we go. There's your polling question.
All things marketing. There we go.
All things marketing. Yeah, I call it ATM.
Okay.
ATM, all things marketing. All right. So let me turn off my video right quick. All right. So the last thing I have for you guys is information on the ATM. Okay. So here's the deal. The ATM houses all of my social media marketing strategies. You guys want to know how to monetize Facebook, Facebook Live. There's a Facebook Live challenge in there, LinkedIn, Instagram, creating content. The cash is in the content, email marketing. All my best strategies are housed inside the ATM online marketing membership. So it normally costs $197 a month, which comes out to $2,400 for the year. But for DOYO Lives, you know I have something special for y'all. So everyone say, thank you, Dennis. So normally it's $2,400 and it is DIY. There is normally no one-on-one consulting session with me. But I'm throwing that in for those who do become a member through DOYO. My one-on-one consulting session is normally $3,000. Okay, so you will get your year's membership and a private one-on-one consulting session with me, because I want to make sure when you guys join the ATM, I lead you to the right training. There's so much inside, guys, that again, Vanessa, I want to throw down on Facebook. Cool. Go to this module. Don't look at Instagram. Don't look at LinkedIn, right? So the total value of this is normally $5,000. All right. But for DOYO attendees, I'm gifting this you guys for $997. That's an entire year of your membership to the ATM to gain all my social media marketing strategies. You can gain access to our group calls. We hold one once a month. We just had our February one yesterday. Oh my gosh, and they're doing amazing, amazing things with their social media. Okay, so I'm gonna give that link in the chat box, okay? That gives you more information on the ATM. And then I'm gonna give you guys the link to this discount. So don't buy through the sales page, okay? Make sense? Facebook, y'all send me a private message. I'll give you the link to the ATM sales page. But if you guys want the $997 discount, I'm not going to put it obviously live on Facebook because it is for DOYO Live attendees only. Does that make sense? Yes,
Smart.
yes?
Yes.
All right.
And
so let me wrap this up. Oh, go ahead.
When you sign up, or now do you get, what are they logging into monthly? Zoom or Facebook group, or what is it?
So it comes with a Facebook group. So you can always ask me questions inside our Facebook group, but we have a group Zoom call every month.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So let me wrap this up for y'all and then we'll take some questions if there's any. So again, number one, to attain online rockstar visibility, stop the social media madness, choose one social media platform to focus on. All right. Step two, the 3 C's, create content consistently. I gave you guys my training on how to do this. Okay. Step 3, build your authority and following through PR and social proof. Step 5, monetize your social media, ask for the sale. Okay. I guarantee you your audience is waiting for you to drop an offer. And step 5, finally, is to create an online marketing plan to stay focused, which is exactly why my clients got the results that they got with me. We had a plan, they stayed focused, right? Like I said, a plan should answer the who, what, where, when, why, and how. Super easy, stay focused to attain your business goals. That's how you'll land clients, get customers much faster when it comes to your social media marketing. So that's it, guys. Have any questions? Did I miss any questions in the chat or on Facebook? Let's see. I don't see any.
Again, if you have a question for Vanessa, go ahead and ask it in a chat. Can't get enough DOYO Live. Thank you, Richard.
Oh, thanks, Richard.
View live Zoom and Facebook live stream simultaneously side by side. Be sure to turn the volume. Don't turn the volume. See side by side screenshots. That's all good stuff. What else? Anybody else have any questions? All things marketing. Grab that. Grab the content creation hacks. I think that is really good stuff, Vanessa, in terms of, obviously the results that you're driving from a handful of, and not just a handful that you're sharing, obviously.
Yeah, that's good training for content creation for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, I think you bring up, there's so many good points. We talked about this last week on our podcast with you, that, and I'm glad that you shared how your approach of going all in on a social media platform.
Yeah.
Where we have been creating content to share on multiple platforms. I really can see the advantage and the benefits of being very specific to a platform and growing it, because there are platforms that, quite frankly, make me crazy as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, like I said, somewhere, somehow down the line, and I blame Gary Vee, even though I love Gary Vee. I'm a huge Gary Vee fan, right? Everyone loves Gary Vee. On being, present on all these social media platforms, but you have to understand Gary Vee has an army. Okay, he has an army of interns and all these younger kids who, if you've seen pre-COVID, his office, it's literally like just level of just all these kids creating content on a consistent basis and just repurposing them. I don't have an army.
Yeah.
I wish to create content, right? So to keep it simple, I'm telling you, the stress level will come down. I swear to God, after I work with my clients, like, Vanessa, I feel so much better now that I broke up with LinkedIn or Instagram, and I'm just focusing on one, and don't worry about the other ones. And yeah, it's such a monster time saver.
All right. I know that's all good, and thank you for taking the time to do this today. We have recorded it. Obviously, we're going to make it available on demand, put it back into our email list, and appreciate everything that you do.
Yeah, I had a blast. Vanessa. Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah,
this went
absolutely.
Too quick.
work with Vanessa. Give her a shout, and thank you everybody for being part of the DOYO Live Nation. I really appreciate everybody's participation in today's webinar and following us on social media. We're actually bringing back an in-person networking event this month.
Yay!
Yeah, so we have a monthly meetup group that we've grown to about 350 people. We rotated around lunch, breakfast, lunch, and adult happy hours, and sometimes it's just round tables and discussion. Other times there is a presentation. If you ever find yourself in the Youngstown area?
Yes, I'm in Chicago, so we're not far. We're neighbors.
We'll get you to one of those, or actually maybe our in-person event. We're laying the groundwork for 2021, and we're hopeful that we'll be back in person. So we'd love to get you out here. And meanwhile, thank you. Appreciate it. This concludes our webinar for today. I'm going to stop the recording, and you all take care. Have a